Morning, dogs. Morning. Well, you can see there's been a little bit of movement around the bin site here. We did get the dryers sold. They're parked around back for now. They're not gone yet, but they're sold. And DHS Grain has been out here. They took down the air pipe that was on the new bin. Started putting up some of the supports for the double run that's going to cross over this way. We have got some seed to return this morning because we're done planting and not everybody around us is done. So we're going to return the few bags that we had left and get those back to the dealer. There's still a fair amount of acres of soybeans being planted around here. So there's guys that are going to use this seed. We've got, it looks like another dry day here before, of course, rains again later tonight. We've got a few bags on the back of the planter as well. We tossed them on the hitch the last few acres just so I'd have some extra bags in case I ran out. Bags? Bags? And of course it's spray season now also. So we've got 2/3 of our corn sprayed, some more of that to go, and then we'll be on to soybeans. The soybeans are holding pretty good so far because we put a pre-emerge down on all those acres. So they're gonna be several days yet, but the corn, it's time. Who's a good girl? Yes, you are. Seed is gone. Now we'll get this horse running. Spring here in Minnesota, I kind of think everywhere, is tough. We get a lot of windy days, so there's not a whole lot of really good spraying days, especially with all the rain. It's been kind of frustrating. It's been one thing or another. But we're getting there. We are getting it done. It's springs like this that really remind us why we want to have efficient equipment up here. Just the way that the timely rains every 3 days, just enough to keep you out of the fields. It's just been really difficult. So having high-speed planter, bigger equipment, it helps us to be able to cover the acres, especially when, you know, we don't have a whole bunch of guys running around here. We're a small operation, particularly when it comes to how many people we have around the farm. We just don't have the labor. And that's all right. That's how we choose to do it. Speaking of that, Jim is still around. Jim is doing well. We just haven't needed him as much this spring. Oh, he says go a little further. Spring is always a little easier as far as labor goes than what harvest is, and we've had onyx around a lot more, so it hasn't been so bad when it comes to labor. We got the dash trailer again from Fiber out here. This thing is just awesome. We're putting in 9.5 gallons of atrazine here. That's gonna be pretty close. A good amount of our chemicals come from Farmers Business Network, as I've mentioned. They've supported us for a long time. If you're a farmer, check them out. It's worth looking into. First tank of the day is loaded up. I'll get them all set and loaded up for round 2. He's spraying directly off the end of the driveway, so we're just gonna leave the truck in the yard for the first few loads of the day here. Check this little guy out. I got this in the mail here a couple weeks ago. These foils that are never fun to take off. Okay, I missed it because I did it too fast and I'm running one hand with the camera. So I'll catch it better next time, but that's what it's supposed to do. Then it's got the little plunger deal here to pop them out the other direction. It's a lot handier than using the old screwdriver method that I've been using for 25 years. Yeah, because I'm 28 or 9 now, so that checks out. Cousin Kenny's gonna watch this and shoot me a message and tell me my math doesn't check out, but he's from way down by Iowa. So I think it's probably the metric system down there. Let's try this again. Okay. There we go. Second time's the charm. Because we're not on the metric system. It is a Monday, and I feel like it's the most Mondayest of Mondays I've had in a long time. Last week was a ton of late nights and early mornings. Not necessarily all farming, but just a lot of everything. Family stuff, couple late nights racing. I've got to wake up. Need to hydrate myself. That's where Element comes in. This stuff has no sugar, no artificial flavors, none of the junk, tons of magnesium, potassium, sodium, everything you need to recharge your electrolytes. So if you're loading sprayer a bunch, geez, that was fast. He's driving it right now. You're standing out in the sunshine, maybe you're checking crops, you're working on irrigators, whatever. Maybe you had a late night last night. This is the stuff right here. This is the stuff I've been using to help my leg cramps. Today I'm going to use it just to recharge. Keep the Monday brain fog away, if you know what I mean. Element also works with your diet if you're doing paleo or ketogenic or fasting, which I've been doing actually a little bit of lately. Not because I think it does anything magical, I'm just trying to be a little bit less fat. Cold. They have a no questions asked return policy also, so if for some weird reason you don't like the stuff, you just let them know and they'll refund your money back. If you want to try it right now, you can actually try an 8 flavor-free sample pack. All you got to do is go to drinkelement.com/farmer. Element is spelled LMNT. So drinkelement.com/farmer. You're going to get your 8 free sample pack. I'm a fruit flavor guy myself, but they got tons and tons of flavors, so you can go check that out for yourself and see what you think. Then you can join me in the elusive, exclusive, fantastic, whatever, we'll come up with a word for it, Hydration Nation. See, I got to use that because I came up with it off the cuff last time. I'm amazing. I impressed myself. Now, if I time this correctly, Dad will be finished loading just as I get here. Oh, I might have gotten lucky. I wasn't trying to do that, I swear. He is quite literally loaded up. There, I timed it perfectly.
That's good timing. It really goes pretty nice and fast and easy loading with this.
Yeah, I'll mix it up for you again for the next load.
Okay, that'll be the last one maybe today, unless we do decide to spray dollars.
Okay.
Corn looks way better in spraying it than it does from the road.
Oh, that's good.
All those spots where it's black and dark and doesn't look like there's much corn, it's just a leaf shorter, 5, 6, 7 days slower than the other one.
It just needs to get taller so we can't see that.
Yeah, next week it'll be better.
Yeah. Are you enjoying the sunshine or what? There, now I just wait for him while I tinker around. We're done with this machine for the year, so I'm gonna go through and I guess I would call it winterize this thing. There's nothing necessarily to winterize, but I'll take the battery out, we'll run the fuel dry, clean out the end of the auger here, make sure the hoppers are clean. Not a whole lot to it. But first, let's go do a quick crop update. This is our first planted field right here. You can see the water standing in this spot. The corn is really uneven. Some of that right here on the end rows has to do with compaction. We take a lot of trucks in and out of here. But a lot of this area that's uneven is from a mixture of way too much rain and too much cold, and the fact that we were probably in here a day or two early. If you remember from our first day of planting and running tillage, we knew we were out here a little bit early, but it was kind of go time. We had people lined up to help us get the brand new planter running, and we just decided it's time to go. I wish we had waited a day or two because you can see the unevenness in the corn, but it's mostly here. You know, obviously this area here, I don't even think I planted through this. It was too wet here. I know I didn't actually, but even as you look down the ditch there, that got planted through. There are areas where the population is maybe cut in half at the worst. So there's not spots that we're gonna have to go back and replant, because if there's a half a stand there, it's gonna fill in a little bit and still get 70% of the yield. So it's not worth going through and replanting all those little areas, but it's definitely something we kind of already know we're not going to have a bin busting yield this year. It just hasn't been that type of a spring. Neighbors are out cutting hay. Beautiful day for it. There you can see we've just got some just unevenness, and corn doesn't like that. Overall though, could be a lot worse. You can see the consistency in the stand. It looks like the planter did a good consistent job. The corn that is here, it doesn't look bad, but for the date it could be better. That might be the most amount of nothing I've ever said. Not a perfect spring, but we're gonna be all right. There, that sums it up. Here's one of the low population areas I'm talking about. Pretty poor in through here because it sat wet and cold just for too long. Pay no attention to those rocks. Well, now this spot here is almost laughable. This is honestly some of the worst acres we have on the farm. This is a gravel hilltop. Never produces much. And this is the best looking area of the field right here. I've never seen it like this up here. I mean, usually this is just completely burned up. So having rain every 3 days apparently helps the gravelly areas. Who'd have thought? My gosh, this is crazy. We've priced out irrigators for this 30 acres here. And never thought it would really pay, but this is insane. This is an area where the corn should just be completely burned up right now. You can see the tillage tracks here. It was even wet across here when we started, but this is awesome. We might have to get a little bit more serious when we think about that irrigator idea. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's gonna end the day. Oh, maybe not. That's a shorter hose than I thought. I got really lucky I saw that. It wasn't doing that coming across the field.
So it just happened.
It just happened when you raised it. It's this hose.
You can't see it behind the tire at all.
No, this hose broke through right there, but it's only 4 or 5 feet long.
The spray hose?
Yeah, this big
Chemicals.
chemical hose. Yeah, not oil, but it goes to a T back here. So that's only a 5-foot hose. We got real lucky right there.
Yeah, we sure did. It just happened, huh?
It wasn't doing it when I was videoing going across, and then as soon as you lift it up, I saw it. Are you empty or close?
50 gallons left. I was going to go fill.
Okay.
Because it'll make a third of the way across.
Well, you're still going to go fill, but we got to do that too.
See it leaking right there. It's been right there, can't you?
Yeah, and maybe coming across the field, maybe there wasn't enough pressure on the hose that I wouldn't see it.
Well, maybe when it's spraying,
so it broke in the last round, maybe.
Yeah, it's just wore through, I'll bet.
That's what it looks like. I've already messaged the parts guys at the dealer. Dad's reclaiming chemical now, so it's actually pulling the chemical from the booms and reclaiming it back into the tank, and then after he does that, he can actually use air to purge the booms out. So that way, when we pull that line, it's not going to sit there and leak. Should be an easy fix. Oh, okay.
So I told him there's 2 trucks south of the shop. I said we'd move one. And it'll be sitting there.
Okay.
Did Mark call and say they had it, or?
Daryl called and was wondering if we knew what size it was. He said send him, there's a number on the hose to let him know. So I said I'd send him a picture, but he thought they'd probably have it anyway.
I'll bet they do.
Suppose I could cut it. Maybe that's what I'll do. That's gonna be easier. I cut the wrong one now. There's our issue. That was just kind of laid wrong and rubbing, and now my phone's ringing, rubbing on the casting in there. Is that one the same length?
Nope, I haven't gotten it all measured yet.
So we're gonna check where the other ones go through on the casting here and make sure we don't need any other ones. These ones look pretty good. The other one did over there too. So then we can, on the new hose where it goes through the casting, I think we cut a chunk of the old one and zip tie it around. So
sure. Yeah.
Protects it from that
in there
casting.
Too. So maybe I'll just get the one. I used to always carry it because we had so much more trouble with hoses 15, 20 years ago. Now it's really pretty good.
I feel like if we get extra, then we'll have a problem with a different size hose.
And keeping track of where it is.
Yeah, and we'll never remember we have it anyway.
So I'll just get the one for now, and then we'll cut that other one. And
Dad took off to get that hose. He's gonna grab lunch in town, so I'm gonna go quick eat lunch before he's back in 20 minutes. Well, that hit the spot, as expected. Well, that was fast. That was quick.
Yeah, you get a piece of pizza.
Yeah, I had lunch too.
We mow the whole one, or is redoing the other
I think we
half?
want to heat it.
I don't know. The driveway in your half for sure. Can't get it there?
I got it most of the way.
You hold that in.
There we go.
Move.
Yeah, there. I think we're good. It's a dirty job.
Yeah, well,
Not hard.
I've done dirtier.
Yeah, that's
It's not a hydraulic hose.
Yeah.
Let's see, I don't remember if it went up and through. Yeah, it does. It goes up and through there. This one's a little easier. There. That seemed easy.
It did. Are we gonna put stuff on there today?
I think we should. I'll get this. Well, I don't care. We can do it later if you want to get moving. Because the other three are fine. They don't look like they're, I mean, they have marks on them, but they don't look like they're close to rub through.
No.
Easy fix. Of course, we haven't started spraying again yet. Maybe it's not. It's fixed. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's the last load for today because the little bit we'll have left now is still pretty clean, so we're gonna wait a few days before we spray that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and park this out of the sun and out of the way. Where to start? Fuel stability juice. About that much. Open the clean out door. Run the conveyor empty. Open the doors. Watch it fall on the floor. Run the engine dry. Keep the mice out of the control box. Master off and pull the battery. Put it up here with these antiques. We've never had a battery go dead on this farm yet. We're certainly not going to let it happen under my watch. All kinds of stuff moving now. The sprayer's back. We're gonna be done for the day with that, and TerraClear just showed up to grab their skid loader and head out to the field. Yeah, they're still trying to get all of our rocks picked because it's just been raining and raining and raining. So they're gonna go get a bunch more picked today before it rains tonight. Well, that does it for a couple days, huh?
Yeah, for a couple days. We got 12 rows halfway across the field left to spray. I ran out again.
Oh, okay.
A little there and a little in Pocket Lake, and then when Dalva's is ready, I think we'll hit them all.
Okay.
We'll hit those two spots.
Well, the seed tender's done, ready to be stored away for the winter.
Okay.
I'll do the planter next.
Okay.
He's gonna go out and pick the South Quarter and Stivlins.
That'll be great.
And then I think he's got 5 or 6 fields left yet.
Well, Pocket Lake would be a really good one to get it picked.
Yeah.
Onyx did that one really fast this spring.
He did that at a record speed, yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna head down and check out the soybean fields and watch what TerraClear's doing. I just enjoy seeing that machine work. We'll take the machine with the air conditioning. You girls want to ride too? They don't want me going without them. The soybeans are not looking too bad. I have a lot more confidence in them than I do the corn. Still a little bit of unevenness, but soybeans are pretty good at making up for that. And getting them in a little bit late isn't nearly as critical as it can be with corn. The soybeans probably got in about average time for us, but there are still guys trying to fight some in if they're just running behind or whatever. It's been not an easy spring. I hope that's a big one. Again, this is the company that came out and flew the fields with a drone and came up with a rock map. And now they're using GPS to follow the map and be as efficient as possible with picking up rocks. I've got access to the map. I can go in here and look and see exactly how many rocks are out here, and I can set the map based on the size of the rocks. It's really cool. It's super efficient. And yeah, they're running down a little bit of crop doing it this late, but with these soybeans, I'm really not worried about it. Those tracks aren't gonna hurt too much. With the wet spring, they've been struggling just as much as we have to be able to get out here and actually get it done. Right here is the original hill on the original field that my ancestors homesteaded in the 1870s. So we're just 3/4 of a mile from our farm now. There was still an old rock foundation and a grove here when I was a kid. Pretty neat, huh? Yup. What are you whining about? Anna, I can't really give you a ride in this, but I know you're gonna yip at it. She's already excited because she knows I'm gonna be starting it. You're goofy. Where'd you go? See that flatbed trailer? I put sideboards on it to haul steel in with it like 2 months ago. I need that trailer tomorrow because I'm going to pick up a couple electric Polaris Rangers that we're going to use at the shooting park for the high school state championship shoot. But it's got some steel on it, so I'm going to haul a load in. Here's where we hide our junk. I don't have an organized way to do this. I guess I kind of just figured I'd pull this backwards and spill as much of it everywhere as possible. I'm doing pretty good so far. I think this is probably just a job best done by hand. That's what she said. It's a long ways from full, but it's a good start. I'm gonna have to get going or I'm gonna run out of time in my afternoon. Little fast. And then I drove home and I completely forgot I was making a video for the day, and I spent some time with the family in the backyard, and then we worked on race cars for 4 hours, and now it's almost 10 o'clock at night. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it.